made a promise in the morning, won't forget me. Lady, I've been missing you.
Do you know what the publicity is? Does many of you consider yourself a public person? Here's the definition. What is publicity? I think publicity correlates with the real scale of personality, but why some people are able to influence and interact attention and others aren't. Are you born to be a public person? Can learn to be public, definitely. But there are not that many people to learn from. There are few public people in the world. Only 7%. Every day I look from my window and I watch an amazing lady. She's a janitor, Baba Glasha. I watch her standing there in courtyard and telling other people and other janitors how to vote, for example, about news, what services and goods are better and why. Every day people go listen to her, and every day I watch and ask myself the question, who taught her that? Who taught her charisma? Who taught her influence people? No one. Does he did any public speaking courses? No. She was born this way. She is a born influencer. Today, our world is in love with the idea of influence. That's why today we are talking about new frankness. People believe they can influence others simply by sharing the idea in public. And they start posting 30 stories per day about why I leave big corporation for freelance. But it's still impossible to watch them because it's not interesting. Speaking on social media is other to speak to a fellow in real life because social media works by public law. And those laws are different from laws of real life. Have you ever noticed that in the kitchen or in a restaurant, we can talk with our friends. We can talk about everything. We can talk about our family and kids, about politics and economics. We feel comfortable. We feel peaceful. There is no one who can judge us. There is no one who can blame us. We speak our minds, and our friends start sharing our ideas, start sharing our feelings. There is nobody who judges. And maybe we can be great influencer only when we are with our friends. But what if someone turns on the camera in the same kitchen, in the same restaurant with our friends? Everything changed at once. Your intonations, ideas, your choice of words, and even thoughts. What if there are 1,000 people watching you at this moment? How do you feel now? Comfortable? Confident? Why are people so afraid to speak on the camera? It's a fear of speak out, to speak your own opinion, to post your face on the camera. I suppose most of you would change anything but speaking on the camera. Why is that? Why we prefer to keep it private? Many of us wish they could speak publicly. Publicity is attractive because it gives our opportunity and resources. A well-known coach will be paid more. An entrepreneur who can speak well has more chance to convince investor. But why we are afraid of publicity? We are ready to refuse publicity even if it brings us resources. Doesn't publicity bring joy? The fear of publicity is nothing. But the fear of being yourself, be true yourself, and the fear of responsibility. That's right. I have been working in the field of mass communications for more than 20 years, promoting ideas, companies, people, and while watching public people, I understand there are not so many people who are equally happy with this idea and ready for it. That's right. When we professionals speak about publicity, we call it a field of information, a field of publicity. Imagine it's a gravitational field. We can put our inspirations, idea, we can put our inspiration simply for have the best results. Will the message will be delivered to the audience in our global McLean village? But it's not as simple as that. There is no science on it. It's like planting your seed. If you don't know what seed you've planted, you may end up to grow a cucumber instead of tomato. If you don't know anything about gardening, you have a risk to grow nothing. If you don't know the law of publicity, the result could be uncontrolled and unpredictable. That is why promotion in a public field, it's like walking on the edge of a knife. We're afraid that someone will judge us, will doubt what we say. That someone will shout, "The king is naked." That's unpleasant, right? What do we know about publicity? What do we know about influence? If you want to understand the nature of influence, you need to find bond influencer and use their power. That's exactly how two-step model of communications works. It's really simple. The audience is ready to listen only to someone they trust. To get to the audience, you need influencer to send the message. It's brilliant, isn't it? Do you know the real scale of your personality? Not only celebrities and politicians could be those born influencers. It could be janitor in courtyard, your neighbors, or you. Today, personality is assessed by IQ and EQ, intelligence quotient, used to assess your ability to think quickly, use information and logic. Emotion quotient, use it to assess your ability to adjust your own emotion and read other people's emotions. But it's not enough. I think in the future, people won't be assessed only with IQ and EQ, as they start speaking about CQ, cultural quotients. It's about how you are able to adapt to global trends, how quickly you can understand other culture. And what about PQ, public quotient? It's how open you and how equal you are to yourself, through yourself. You might be wondering what those laws of publicity I've been talking about. Yeah, here are 3 of them. First, there are no publicity without public. Open up to people. Second, find and interact with born influences. When building up the public image, leave some space. Leave a lack of information. Place, space to fill in with their own ideas or to audience. Publicity is necessary for a person as a special space, as a field to put their resources and let them thrive. And only in this way we can realize our real scale of personality. Publicity is the acid test for humanity. Thanks.